tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us. And remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Happy Friday to you. Good morning. All right, take that off right there. There we go. That's what was on. All right. Morning, Amber. She said literally took my phone off silent, so I didn't miss this shit. Man, what is going on? I slept in a little bit. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm alive. Took advantage of not really having anything going on today. So I slept my ass in on purpose. I opened my eyes. I'm like, nah. Even the cats started bugging me. Like, are you going to get up, Dad? You going to get up? Somebody needs to let us into the sunroom. Where are you at? We need your thumbs, Father. Father, we need your thumbs. We are without. Good morning, Angel. Good to see you. Oh, man. A lot of neat things going on nowadays, huh? A lot of cool stuff happening. We're talking about vaping for a second. I know a lot of you vape. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of shit. Okay? You don't get to vape indoors. You don't get to vape in the car. You don't get to vape. No, you don't get to do that. There's secondhand smoke to that stuff, man. Be very, very careful. We don't. Let's put it this way. We don't know enough yet for you to do what you want or when you want it. Okay. All right. See you inside, vaping. I'm gonna light up a cigarette and blow it in your face. I'm kidding. I just wanted to stir the pot a little bit. That was all. I really don't totally care, but I would suggest that you be careful about that. They're finding more out about it. And I'm not going to sit here and put down vapors since I'm a smoker. I'm not going to do that. That'd be like when I was 17, drinking under a bridge around a fire in a barrel, pointing to the other bridge saying, no, the crackheads are down there. That's a worse bridge. I ain't going to do that either. Smoking's just as bad, right? If not worse, that we know of. So I'm not going to give you too much shit about it. But I am going to say you don't get to do whatever you want just because you're vaping. All right. I know most people think I am, but if I can't smoke inside, you don't get to dip, and I don't want to see your spit either. All right, your little, when I come over to your desk and you got that cup of spit there, I can smell the rankness from it. Just so you know. Okay. Of course, I haven't worked anywhere in a long time, so I'm bitching about stuff that just don't happen. Fuck it. Do what you want. Fuck it. Whatever you want to do, go for it. I don't have to stick around, do I? All right. Today we're talking about the heartbeat of recovery. We are the heartbeat of recovery. You, me, every single person out there that has decided to change their lives, that has decided to become a better person. You are the heartbeat of recovery. All right. See, a heartbeat requires something. It requires you to be alive. And do I even need to do the daily funnies? Should I just go ahead and do my own? No, we're going to do it. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. It is time for Dion's daily funnies. We're going to go down a little bit here. Should we go to Reddit? No. Reddit's bad. Reddit's never good. Good morning, Michelle. Good to see you. How many South Americans does it take to change it? We already know these. Why did Ziff Davis layoffs make I don't even know who Ziff Davis is. So, do you know how you could tell something is a dad joke? It's apparent. That one I like. Dad jokes need to be clean. Dad jokes are clean, man. They're punny. They're punny. All right. Some people don't like dad jokes, but that's just how I roll. That's a great one. Some people don't like dad jokes, but that's just how I roll. All right. Why did the banana go to the doctors? Because he wasn't peeling very well. There's one joke I keep seeing on Instagram. It's not a dad joke though. I don't know how well this is going to go over, but I think I have the courage to do it today. And take it as a joke. Take it purely as a joke. When I snap my fingers, you will forget that you were ever gay. But I'm not gay. See, it worked. You can only do that on somebody that isn't that already isn't gay. So, but take it for what it is. It's funny, and if you know me well enough, you know that I'll make fun of everybody. I'm also for everybody. All right, I got 3 books here, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. All right, let's get this party started. Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm using Halloween theme. There's a Halloween. Ooh, welcome to the Daily Trudge. Ooh, If you're here, please say hello. Give me a spooky hello. Ooh, yeah, we're only 7 days away from Halloween. The countdown. It's the final countdown. All right, so what we're going to do, it is today's daily reflection, okay? But you know me, I like to go a little bit further than just reading the daily reflection. It's what I used to do. I used to just read the daily reflection. That's what I did. This was about 10 minutes long. Now I can barely even get introductions done in the first 10 minutes. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to As Bill Sees It for a paragraph, and then we're going to go to the 12 by 12 page 129. Look beyond the horizon. My workshop stands on a hill on the back of our home. Looking over the valley, I see the village community house where our local group meets. Beyond the circle of my horizon lies the whole world. Connection, reconnecting. Bullshit. That should not have happened. 840, 840, 840, 840. All my stuff is everywhere, even my pens. 840, 840, 840, 840, 840. All right. Sorry I had to repeat that or I will forget the number in my head. Okay. I might be saying fuckery stream at this point, but what a great hey Daryl. Oh my god, he's alive and moved. Hey Daryl. Yeah, that kind of happened to me this morning. Everybody was like, "Are you alive? Are you okay? Are you all right?" Sending me dub songs about waking the fuck up and stuff. Come on. I do. I got 4 messages of concern. Not all of them were about me. One was about the group, and they were right. But anyway, that's a great description of the AA symbol. What a great, yeah. Let's just say great. That's great. All right. I'm not awake enough. I'm just not awake enough. So we're gonna go to page 129, which is the beginning. That is the beginning of tradition 1. Sorry, my So I'm doing some things. So I have I have 8 brothers and sisters. Right. Okay. I grew up with 4 of them, with 3 of my brothers and 1 sister. Then I reached out to my biological father when I was about 48. Maybe it was no, I think it was about 45, and found out that I had 3 more sisters and a brother. And there's one sister on that side in particular that I just kind of feel bonded with. So I put them, you know, because they acted like they didn't want much to do with me. But I think I was, I was going through my PTSD stuff at the time. So I was pretty much telling everybody to piss off. I couldn't help it. Right. So I refriended her about a month ago, and I'm curious because she commented on it was just a highlight. Oh well, didn't have anything to do with me, just a highlight. Don't do that. That's rude. At highlights, at everyone, at nothing. All right, let's get started on this for reals. For reals. All right. I don't have everything ready. Now I do. All right. So books and steps don't breathe. People do. The heartbeat of recovery is the one sitting next to you, the one who just walked in shaking. These are our new lifeblood, right? Now I'm going to really be hitting hard today and coming up on the fact that we need to get out and we need to start doing some 12th step work. And I'll tell you why. In 1 week, both the central office and the general service office have sent me an email, not just me in particular, it's a newsletter, begging for money. Begging for money. And I will not go for it. No. Okay. There are clear cut directions in the big book and the 12 by 12 on how we do this. And the answer isn't ask the current members for more money. That is not how we do it. No. Okay. No. The way we do it is by going out, getting out of ourselves, getting out of our houses, getting out of our little comfort zone and helping other people, bringing them in. When somebody new comes in, you do everything to keep them. Do it. Do not let these people flail. Stop it. Just stop it with that. Well, they need to be willing to ask for a sponsor. Just stop it and start doing the right thing. And the right thing is approach them, help them. Okay. Grassroots, my friends are really good about that. That's why you're all my friends. Because that's the way you do it. Right. So now here's the thing. You were taught that way. People from AA taught you to do it that way. It's not entirely on you. If you were taught that way, right? So I'm gonna be challenging people. Okay. I wrote the GSO back saying this is not the right way to do things. What you should be doing is creating more 12th step work for us so that we can bring more people in. And there's your money. See, you want something for nothing, you lazy alcoholic. That's what you want. You want your $70,000 a year at 30, and these people aren't doing anything. At least not in Colorado. I don't see it. It's improving, but that's because of grassroots. I just see grassroots improving. I don't see the other groups getting bigger and okay. Money and spirituality do not mix. So, but let's get to the heartbeat of recovery. It is you and me. It is what we do. Right now, the heartbeat of recovery is working for 4 people right here. There's 3 people listening and chatting, and then there's me here, right? So it's already working. Right? Now, when I go through this, many of us have children. Maybe many of us have grandchildren. If you don't, think of your brothers and sisters that have children. Think of the people that are going to come after you. That's what we need to be thinking about. I need AA to be here for my grandkids. I already know that. Out of 5 of them, I already know that 2 got it. I already know. I haven't said anything to anybody. Don't need to, because I could be wrong. They act just like I did. I mean, exactly like I did. So, I mean, there's your sign. There's your sign. So I need it here to be for my grandkids, or their life's going to be fucked up, and I don't want that for them. If it means that I need to sit down with them and tell them how horrible their grandfather used to be so they'll stay away from the bullshit, I will do it. See, they don't know that grandpa. The grandpa they know is loving and fun, gets angry every now and again, but keeps us protected. That's the grandpa they know. They don't know the other grandpa that would leave them on a dime for alcohol. All right. So, tradition 1, our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends upon AA unity. Our friend CJ says it all the time. Couldn't have a meeting if you didn't show up. Couldn't have a meeting. The Daily Trudge would not be what it is if at least a couple people didn't show up. It wouldn't be as worth it. It would still be worth doing, because the whole point of this is if it helps one person each day, great. But if I can do more, I'm not going to be, oh, I helped one person, great. Have a great day. No. It's great. Helping that one person's a good start, right? But if I can help more than that in one day, I'm going to do it. Yeah, you can tell it's Halloween because now the cups are currently black, right? This means Dion has not done his dishes. That's what this means. They're very low on my priority list at the moment. All right. So the unity of Alcoholics Anonymous is the most cherished quality our society has. Our lives, the lives of all to come, depend squarely upon it. We stay whole or AA dies. It's that black and white. It is that stark. I don't think people really do understand the importance, or maybe I just take it, maybe I'm just more of an emotional person. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe maybe I see it a little different. Maybe I'm a little bit more passionate. I don't think so. I think I just see the whole picture. There's a lot of people, when you get in the program and you've been here for a little while, you'll understand. You'll get it. Maybe you do now. Maybe you caught it before I did. Awesome. But sooner or later, it's going to occur to you that what you are currently doing by going to AA meetings, by staying sober, by becoming a better person, that you are making an effect that you did not realize. AAers are chosen people. Recovered alcoholics are chosen people. We're part of the chosen. You were picked from the beginning to be a part of this. God already knew. God already knew what was going to happen. Okay? See, we are limited by this thing called time. It is our limit. Okay? But time doesn't happen consecutively. No, it's choppy. It mixes up. What happened to you at 15, you may not realize till you're 50 years old. Okay? Time is not linear. That's why it is important that today is the only day that matters. It is Friday the 24th, and it is all that matters. Okay? It is 1:04 p.m. It is all that matters right now. Without unity, the heartbeat of AA would cease to beat. Our world arteries would no longer carry the life-giving grace of God. His gift to us would be spent aimlessly. Back again in their caves, alcoholics would reproach us, say, what a great thing AA might have been. Now, we've gotten past that. We've been around for 90 years. So, 90 years, that's antiquated. No, that's proof. That's proof. Okay? Because if this didn't work, it wouldn't have been around for 90 years because we wouldn't have bought it. We're alcoholics. We're extremely particular. We don't like being told what to do. We lack discipline. We're childish. Okay? So when people, when you could take it one of two ways. You're either a pessimist or an optimist. Okay? I'm a pessimist. Oh, thank you, dyslexia, for helping me combine two words together on a snap. I do. I use my dyslexia to we make up weird stuff like that. Absolutely, I do. That depends. That means my cup overfloweth, man. I'm making it up, but it does. My cup usually is overflowing. Right? But before I even came and did this, people are like, hey, Dion, I noticed this. Yeah, no, yeah, correct. Got an email from Aurora Mental Health. Hey, we're doing this. We'd like to say, before I even get to this, there's already 2 or 3 things that have happened, and I have not even taken action yet. Those are the dividends from yesterday, and they're good things, right? Yeah. Does this mean someone anxiously asks that an AA individual doesn't count for much? Is he to be dominated by his group and swallowed up? This is what I hear all the time, and I'm going to tell you the answer is no. Okay, and I'm going to repeat because I know what they're going to say next year. Okay. In fact, we tout more on the individual than any other place I've ever known, and I've been a lot of places. Okay, okay, Celebrate, Smart, Dharma, these other ones. Okay, those are a little bit more honed into what people want or like, right? Smart Recovery, we don't like religion, don't like it. Okay, great. Celebrate Recovery, well, it's Christian base. It is, they're Christian base. They go along more of a higher power, but it's more dominated by Christianity and the Bible. Dharma Recovery, well, we love the trees. AA, all of it. All of it. AA is the only program that does that. Because people land at AA. Well, I don't really like this. Well, we got another type. We got Agnostica AA. We got Buddha AA. We do. But these are just little spin-offs for us to be able to give you what you need individually. But the truth is, we don't need them because in AA, we cover all of that. I know a shit ton of atheists, recovered alcoholics, a ton. I know a lot. It's the only program that I know of. Otherwise, everything is specialized, individualized. There is no one path to recovery. Multiple pathways to recovery. We don't even know what these things mean. We just assume that we know what they mean. Okay? Because when multiple pathways to recovery came out, I was fooled too. Okay? And somebody at one point told me there are 58 different ways to paths of recovery. And I said, bullshit. That doesn't sound right. There's 5. There's 4 or 5. 6. Okay? But out of these, we can help you. Okay? How many different types of personalities are there? There's about 5. It connects. There's a clinical thing behind that. All right. I'm getting a little off topic here, so I'm gonna. All right, so we may certainly answer this question with a loud no. We believe there isn't a fellowship on earth that lavishes more devoted care upon its individual members. Surely there is none which more jealously guards the individual's right to think, talk, and act as he wishes. Try coming to a grassroots group conscious. We'll let you vote even if it's not your home group. You need to be a member of AA, but you get to speak up. You get to speak your mind. Okay? I haven't seen any fights going on in grassroots. I haven't seen any. Now we've butt heads a couple of times. We Maybe emotions ran high for a second, but beyond that, nope. Everyone is welcomed cordially. And we've asked some people, or some people have come in and asked, okay, this is a closed meeting. I'm not sure if I'm an alcoholic or not. And we asked, well, do you have a desire to, or even want to take a look at quitting drinking? Yes, then you are welcome. It's a closed meeting, but we find a reason to say yes. And what is that? That's inclusivity. That is the exact nature of it. Daryl says, I make use of all 5 of my personalities. I'm happy to be living in a split level head. No AA can compel another to do anything. Nobody can be punished or expelled. Our 12 steps to recovery suggested. The 12 traditions which guarantee AA's unity contain not a single don't. They repeatedly say we ought, but never you must. To many minds, all this liberty for the individual spells sheer anarchy. Okay. And we can see it going on right now, can't we? See, when everybody gets everything, nobody gets anything because we're selfish people. Not just alcoholics, people. Human beings are selfish by nature. Make an announcement that the toilet paper is going to run out. Watch what happens. Okay? Watch what happens. You're seeing it all over the place right now. Everybody wants their individualism. And I understand it. As an alcoholic, I certainly understand that one. But they're missing stuff. They're missing the principles. They're missing the traditions. That's why it works for us. Okay? And they're going to go on to describe why it is a little different for us. Now remember, we are bodily and mentally different from our fellows. Okay? Every newcomer, every friend who looks at AA for the first time is greatly puzzled. They see liberty verging on license, yet they recognize at once that AA has an irresistible strength of purpose and action. So what's the difference? Our primary purpose, to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. It is our one and only purpose. We stay in that lane, and that is why it works. Yeah. Okay. If we don't argue in our groups, it's a cinch not to argue outside. Okay. How they ask, can such a crowd of anarchists function at all? Yeah. How is it? How can they possibly place their common welfare first? What in heaven's name holds them together? Oh, this is so fun. Those who look closely soon have the key to the strange paradox. Now, to us, it's a paradox. To non-alcoholics, it is not a paradox. They do not have the cart before the horse. I do. All right. Michelle says, good job, Daryl. And you get all of them to agree on AA, LOL. Daryl says, human beings are inherently selfish. We won't do anything without some kind of payoff. What's in it for me? Or pain, right? People do not like, somebody running for governor brought up homelessness. I'm like, I got answers to that. But here's the thing. Nobody cares unless it affects them. So you got to make it, you make homelessness affect a neighborhood, they will do something about it. Sometimes you need to create pain in order to get motivation going. Pain is the number one motivator, right? It's the same concept of AA used to be, we read it yesterday or the day before. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That at one point, what we did is we raised the bottom so it hit the people coming into AA instead of letting them fall to their demise to hit now what we like to call rock bottom. Okay? This is the same thing. The AA member has to conform to the principles of recovery. See, we have principles. We need guidance, right? His life actually depends upon his obedience to spiritual principles. If he deviates too far, the penalty is sure as swift. He sickens and dies. At first, he goes along because he must. But later he discovers a way of life he really wants to live. Moreover, he finds he cannot keep this priceless gift unless he gives it away. Neither he nor anybody else can survive unless he carries the AA message. The moment this 12-step work forms a group, another discovery is made that most individuals cannot recover unless there is a group. And I would agree. There is no way I would have gotten where I have gotten if it wasn't for the groups of Alcoholics Anonymous and my therapist. It took a tribe to help me get well. A tribe. And that's what trudging together is. It is a tribe of people who help each other. We all have different skills. But when we put those skills together, we build magnificent things. Okay? And if you don't believe me, wait till the day that you see some young woman or man put their lives back together and watch their children come back into their lives and they're crying because they're so fucking happy. You wait. And if your heart doesn't get moved by that, then you're heartless. Then you have no heart. Then you're Gargamel. That was the enemy of the Smurfs, if you didn't know. Gargamel. I'll give you a round of applause if you can tell me Gargamel's cat's name without looking it up on Google. One of you will know. Right? The moment this 12-step work forms another group, another discovery made that most individuals cannot recover unless there is a group. Realization dawns that he is but of a small part of a great whole, that no personal sacrifice is too great for the preservation of the fellowship. Now, that sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Okay. God's not going to ask you to, okay, whatever's going through your mind, God is not going to ask you to do that. Okay. Sacrifice isn't everything. I'll tell you now what you're going to sacrifice most of. Your time. You're close, Angel. Azteel, close. I think you just spelled it Azrael. All right, realization. He learns that the clamor of desires and ambitions within him must be silenced whenever these could damage the group. It becomes plain that the group must survive or the individual will not. Okay. And you know what? Groups were a happy coincidence. So at the outset, how best to live and work together as groups became our prime question. In the world about us, we saw personalities destroying whole peoples. The struggle for wealth, power, and prestige was tearing humanity apart as never before. If strong people were stalemated in the search for peace and harmony, what was to become of our erratic band of alcoholics? As we had once struggled and prayed for individual recovery, just so earnestly did we commence to quest for the principles through which AA itself might survive. On the anvils of experience, the structure of our society was hammered out. Yeah, no, you had it right. I figured you did. It was off by an R. So I'm gonna give it to Angel. There's your round of applause. All right. Right? Anvils of experience. So you got a choice here. You got a choice. I'm going to tell you now, a lot of people take the second one. And it has to do with cancel culture. You can either learn from the people that came from before you or not. That's it. If you do, your life's going to be a little bit easier. You're going to find answers a little bit quicker. And then you'll be able to do more because you didn't double up the work. I mean, you already had the answer. Okay. The other way, we call it the easier, softer way. You're not going to find it. There is no more answers. There are no more solutions, and this is opinion only. Actually, it's more of an educated guess. Okay. There are no more other solutions out there. They don't exist. We tend to think that we're smarter today than people 90 years ago. No, it doesn't work that way. We have more technology. You're not any smarter. In fact, people are not as smart as they were 90 years ago. Believe it or not, the intelligence has gone down. Why? Because we have convenience now. Because we have convenience. And the more more convenient your life is, the less freedom you have. And it shows because we have to do things like do not drink. We have to put that on bleach. It shows. So don't sit here and tell me that we are smarter today. Oh, well, AI says it. I'm going to tell you, AI don't know what it's talking about either. All right. Countless times in as many cities and hamlets, we reenacted the story of Eddie Rickenbacker and his courageous company when their plane crashed into the Pacific. Like us, they had suddenly found themselves saved from death, but still floating upon a perilous sea. How well they saw that their common welfare should come first. None might be selfish of water or bread. Each needed to consider the others in abiding faith that they knew they must find their real strength. And this they did find, in measure to transcend all the defects of their frail craft, every test of uncertainty, pain, fear, and despair, and even the death of one. Thus, it has been with AA. By faith and by works, we have been able to build upon the lessons of an incredible experience. They live in the 12 traditions of Alcoholics Anonymous, which, God willing, shall sustain us in unity for so long as He may need us. Right? So, as long as we keep showing up, recovery will never die. We are the heartbeat, strong, steady, and full of hope. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and keep on.